no one organization can deliver on it. So therefore, for great learning, sharing amongst all these organizations is very critical. To be able to reach a wider audience at different levels is very important. So coordination will help to build that structure of synergy where the different organizations, the different players can bring in their resources, including expertise, including financial, and the networks that we all have. And so when we come together and work, we can learn from each other, we can build synergy, we can pull resources together, and we can reach a wider audience. And then, of course, people will learn from that process. So really, coordination is very critical, and that's really encouraged.
With the high rates of child marriage, the Act was crucial to protect girls. It will improve their education, health, and reduce poverty. Dr. Fatima Madabio championed the passing of the Act.
I have rape issue in my country, I have early marriage issue in my country, I have infant and child mortality problem in my country, and these are my priority. So all of us ladies also, say the same thing. And then that's when we now decided at that meeting that we were going to change the name from African First Ladies for AIDS to African First Ladies for Development. That there were equal campaign. I have launched the Hands of Our Girls campaign. So what the We Are Equal campaign is now going to do for the Hands of Our Girls campaign is to validate the Hands of Our Girls campaign. Because the Hands of Our Girls have been here for the last 6 years. We have campaigned on all the issues that we're equal are campaigning against. And we are not campaigning alone, we are implementing. We have in the last 6 years managed to change so many laws and policies on children's rights. We have managed to get the GIWI bill, where now 30% of women are in Parliament. We have a little over 30% in cabinet. We have women leading institutions. We have women MDAs. We have women heading different parastatals in the country. And today we have more girls in school. We can boastfully say we retain more girls. Up to 89% of girls are in school.
The Child Rights Act of 2007 first banned child marriage, but the Customary Marriage and Divorce Act of 2009 allowed it with parental consent, especially in rural areas. Honorable Abdul Mari Conte, the chairman, Legislative Committee in the 6th Parliament, was in charge to ensure the bill meets required standards.
The committee had the responsibility to scrutinize the bill line by line and make meaningful contribution, meaningful additions where necessary. Because remember, it was a private member's bill. It's not a government bill, a private member's bill, and the process started with, of course, the honorable member from Pujong district that championed the bill. And of course, the bill went through the relevant processes, went through the first reading and introduction, second reading, then of course committed to the legislative committee. So that's what we did, and at the end of the day we were able to come up with a law that criminalizes child marriage.
Advocacy is key in tackling issues like child marriage. Bio Jane Jallo is the chairperson, Child Rights Coalition.
The coalition, as well as individual organizations who recognize child marriage as one of the practices that limit girls to realize their full potential, because it prevents them from continuing school, it prevents them mostly to explore economic opportunities, it prevents them from participating fully in the development of their community, and it limits their voice even in their homes. And so at this level, now that the bill has now that we have the law in place, we are excited, and many of our members, including the coalition as well, are doing many other activities, conducting a number of sensitization activities to ensure that as many citizens as possible understand the key elements of the bill and work towards ensuring that the bill, everybody adheres, complies to the provision of the Act.
Sierra Leone has signed several international treaties, but enforcing them has been a challenge. Dr. Aissata Mahoy is the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs.
November 18th, which has been set aside for the day for victims, to mourn for victims of sexual gender-based violence. In fact, that one was spearheaded by our First Lady and His Excellency the President. So Sierra Leone is a country that is very much committed when it comes to protecting the rights of people. So this is why for any law or any policy that is put in place, it resonates with other international treaties. In fact, this is why we have, since 2007, you will testify that we've got many progressive laws that are pushing the country's agenda forward when it comes to domesticating the international treaties. We have seen that we had the 3 Gender Acts in 2007, Registration of Customary Marriage Act, and then we reviewed the 2012 Sexual Offences Act in 2019. All of these laws are progressive laws, and because we have the enabling environment where the President himself is also a champion for protecting the rights of people, especially those of children and the girl child, this is why we are working together with other international bodies to ensure we put our legislative things in order. So in fact, the Prohibition of Child Marriage Bill, which was passed into law this year, is a testament.
A 2019 survey showed 83% of women aged 15 to 49 in Sierra Leone has undergone female genital mutilation, FGM. Experts say FGM leads to early marriage and teenage pregnancy. Reverend Dr. Lucian Ganda is not only a media practitioner, but also works with child rights protection organization, Safe Hands for Girls, to give voice to victims of FGM and help educate the public on the dangers of practicing FGM before the age of consent.
What happens is that the child is open now to men, specifically in those village areas, the tropical areas. You see, traditionally, people will come because as long as that girl is up to 15, 16, it has protrude breasts, they will come for that girl. And at the end of the day, what comes out is early marriage. What comes out is teenage pregnancy.
Where use? You get use?
Yes, I get use.
When I listen to say I'll do and come out to the program, where use? The program will make you know different way they happen all about this country. One way in the country when they watch the program, and two when they watch cool fashion, you know, get chance for take part in the program. As for one way in other country, them as far as Susauna, they so one step will get the same chance they could have in country where they watch the program, where use one step will get the same chance for take part in the program.
And the only way for do that now for watch our television, the number where they see 076 or 031812174. You go send a complaint, they will go read inside the program.
And it will be your voice.
My voice.
And inside the program, I'm going to say Creole descendants, you know, that is concerned about the way man we soldier and go broke the museum fence where them they build, sit down for build the Creole descendants the museum. Creole descendants then say they get documents from city council for qualify them for below to down for build this so. But more than say as you go inside the program. And serve two hosts where they around King Tom Breed and the Western Part inside Freetown. Then two hosts and then like a quartet to the one they wait taply. Wait you want for no more again, but we'll continue for listening and listen. Together they will do business at Tombo Market and Waterloo, Western area rural district. Don't blow their mind to this program, but the way man away they say this again now they book on they ambog that side in a Tombo Market. King Tom Ben gone don't tumble me now. Waiting they happen. I see when I go on the program. And self Salon Police like all time don't ready for take parts that this year your peacekeeping mission will go be na Sumaila. Waiting more, you go know. All wait here, I tell you so, plus other one day we are not hinting about it. All line up to the program where you can give up a secret. You will get chance for make you send you material in the form of your video clip. Waiting they happen in your area, bro. I say pick them, now you that back send them to we go more send them. But make sure say when they send that video clip they not hold the phone upright. Like this button phone also now get not laugh me. No all and so turn and slant and so pick them. The correct fashion, the camera operator they say, now so for slant time you take them, send an away use na 088 077 042. Pick the number one time for send you video clip or 40 you capture na you area outside go. 088 077 042. We will bring the program Canton as presenter. Me Ankona. Raymond Fox na me your name. Well, we can take a break after which we will continue the program with.
Your bank along with you everywhere you go. No need to stress when you don't have cash on you. With Million Slcb Visa debit card, you're able to access your money, pay for goods and services, shop and send money online via ATM and POS devices in Sierra Leone and worldwide. It is convenient, secure and easy. SLCB, delivering value.
Welcome back. We start with this first one. The Creole Descendants Union, they don't get serious concern for the way and manner how they don't broke the museum fence, where the president be talked to Tilly Williams. Waiting at their hope now.
And the Gaba, President Emerita, part of the land itself, now part of the Moriton Begbron, the cemetery. When the one give me this land to when they measure, then she said the pathway were available, it was a bit too small. Now they take little bit from the cemetery and add on to in fact, two grave me don't they tell me say for pay the family, then they go move on because the being one big. So the two grave women they far away. So now when we don't begin build, the military people then can say who give we permission for build. We say no, this and this release some. So from that 2018, we then the first thing we don't go to the commandant na Moriton for the Moriton barrack, explain to them, tell paper to them. Three different commandants. When they get new one, you can hear them can say, oh, commandant say, we will not do nothing, we go back, we go explain. Even that time they me, of course, I'm a president, Aja reform when I'm the ambassador, Sierra ambassador to Iran. Now I'm the vice president. I'm here to work all about. We don't go to the commandant, treat them. Then begin come back. City, we don't go to city council. City council don't come. We get all the documents. We don't even go show them. Say city council don't explain. Say all that land they na their own. Yet still, then begin the molest street. Recently, then go. Then grab the now from here before last. We don't get that little money. We begin the put work more. And the side.
These moments, they don't go back to the place to, as soon as you descendants, what you not decide for do now?
We don't take legal action. We don't send letter to Parliament. Of course, City Council don't come on board as well because the land na the journalists release them. So anytime if we not comply and pay the rent, they can't tell we say we want to land back. So City Council they step in this thing. So now we in City Council get this clubber. Then for the land and we for the building and all the things that we made inside the one the side we done the building and clear. We will get for get compensation or refund for almost. We don't spend over 800 million euros.
Well, that's so the crew then so that's so they say they want to make attention turn to the crew them because they say they self na part and parcel of this nation so they put itself together. But we'll carry on the program. As I make una know say two hosts then na Kingdom in the western part inside Freetown. Then particular two hosts then na like a contact for the one their way tap it. How we look like well till them go find out at this bring come.
This is Kingdom Bridge. You can look at things that will happen at Kingdom Bridge and see waiting at the disaster with there. As you can see, houses like the one there with there. Now one place with danger at the same season. You see how we look like for this sort of place with there. This is how we look like for this other place with there. So we they call on the authority then for watch for this kind of thing within a Kingdom Bridge will cause serious problem. Post that we cover right now in the danger. You see this place that also the leaves. Where say you put a pillar. They put a pillar where a guide where the dirty don't come under the post. You see that say this kind of place that they live here. And where water the Canada environment here. You see how this other houses look like. And never cost indeed. This place not serious place. When at Kingdom Bridge, where the authority then can watch and see how best they will people have houses they will do for all that they do. This can season and one problem on one side we call big environment. You see how the water they come, this every water. And you don't look that say don't put all them stone them cancel. And you don't look like say they don't put all them stone them don't make. And don't want down for Kadis and we then put at the bad one. So today we look at the authorities and we in charge for see that say this place beside people they live so not good to let them live there and for know how they be able for let them come here and of course big disaster. The lands they go council and other people they in charge of them places for see that say let these people come on at this place.
Well, that's now also the way they pose serious threats to people where they live around that Kingdom Bridge area. Market woman the way they sell na that to market where they buy water alone, there is serious concern or the way man are out there this rain season. When we company more seriously say we reach na the market and face this soil for me.
Ibrahim Kuruma. Now, at sense where the rain cancel, flooding can take place because the bridges we don't almost block, even don't sign that outside the water we don't block. And where the rain they come, we know they able say they able go some side. Pass someone will get for give road for the water them, for make the water get for pass. And man not telling a lie. Even me people then they suffer. This market has been more than can be soon. At times the way the rain they come, all the flooding they take place, the water they claim. And the water go there all side on block. You say 7 no they feel fine because of the according to how them bill. Then side there so. I know they able feel good at all or not. Pass them pay, then cross with them. Them over there so then kid then they propose them. Some man they pay 2,000, some man at 5,000. For me and cross with no more.
My name is Mifatwata. No more now. I did be that picking they try for cross the sleeping. Market all through inside water. Walk you want go pray chance no day. At times plus we go pray na pan body under. For check market here, water cross. Which you pass you go round for you able go outside the cell. Even inside the market, the water they pass there from this bridge here, from here, say cross here, the water they go inside the market, they pass. They put on the water side there.
Na mimi musuma side. Na kakapo at the cell. Okay, tell them but we see no more now. This bill here, so where the water they come, now also the water they stop. If you see go inside no more now, na problem for me. Not the table will make high. The table also make a high, so if you see you put load na God, where the rain can water reach here, market say all they pour, outside they destroy. Now make. So they tell the Papa government that may they assist, may they help me. 2 of the shop they do over under. Water flow of the rights now, pim. When all they there for sale, because the cold. So now make the Papa government they assist, may they help me. May they know what they do for water they come up tickets, water they come down so. So they may they help you for God. They puelo. Me one year me market spoil na so. I thought na me are cry na so water dey tap me. For me Bobby. The water stop for me. Me fever bury 3 years now. Well, I tell God thank you still I didn't have you phone. Oh, it's this now. Water for if you see rain can now, water stop here. You hardly for if you net come. Like how August they cancel now we engats. When the water they carry the jam, pass it jump. So they beg there, make they help for make the gutter there. So they make for me the gutter there, so they go help we. They go save. But the gutter they not make for we. Then they bring a problem for we. They beg Papa government, make they help we for this water, the gutter there, make they help we for the gutter there. They are big.
Well, from that story before this went at King Tom Bridge, well, from King Tom Bridge story that ending now, we're going to King Tom being gone. We saw what which you say, King Tom being gone. You know what to say, you go turn bomb. That's why for me, well, till the Williams go for nothing for 2 King Tom being going to be for turn picking bomb.
You see the Bengal, dirty don't full up. And this, they discourage people even when they don't know so. Now I go right now, you're in a serious tea box of Bengal like this, where people then they live and for sleep. You see how we look like for this Bengal, and this I call from the council and see how they go able. So let them go able for look Bengal, what it look like. You see how we style like where dirty don't full up this place. And this na concern for council to see how best they will be able to rectify this problem. Now the Kinton Bengal within a safari area and you see how we look like. Look we being engraved in the donor. This na concern for people within around here. Yana the tea box, we don't know. Yana Bengal, we don't know.
Mr. Fox, you see the way our people don't turn that place to semi-bome?
Well, plenty teneki say when person left from time to eternity. Now for go rest in peace. Why person go rest in peace? One go to the Tioba and you every now and again. They get a kind of all the way they get it in Dunia, they go rest in peace. But they are down the other left from time to eternity when they rest in peace more.
And this other in past, the one where they get so that they are alive. We will continue the rest of the program. Now we go inside security business. Outside the Salon police, they don't set for go take part in the peacekeeping mission. Well, one Abibatu Kuman, he don't share experience as woman where he be the work naya and waiting in the go do the other for push the force in him go before na the world. Make we join Moses Conte for updates.
Abibatu Namina Kuruma. Then our church now the driving side as the only female driver for the contingent and also for the member. So, yeah, too proud. I'm glad then it make me some female also want to join me. For not to for saying I'm no more for be. They say because the time when they see me, someone someone surprised. Say, hey, this lady go able to drive this big mutukaya where I do the operation. Everybody come, he can't hug me. The one that my mama, my papa, everybody so happy. They see me all man they can gladly. There's some man they can say, do you want to be like you? I say yeah, I say because me a mechanic. I be the drive before. When you see motorcar, any kind way, no fear. Calm yourself, you can't drive. When you drive now still way not to add thing. If you don't know the steering and the clutch and the brake side, you don't know how to drive. And up to now, people want to join me and myself they appeal for let government go allow the female let them self join me because we go represent Salon. I need to go represent myself. I need to go represent myself. I always represent the green, white, and blue. See, and then I appeal to the government let them self allow female there for drive. Those self go represent different country then, like how myself they go represent other man country.
So one for us, the category of vehicle with the drive and you experience as well as you don't.
And like I begin to drive from 2012. That now inside African Mineral. Like I drive under a Modak. I did it like over 9 years before I can join the police. And when I can join the police, people don't know me say I did drive. Past like okay, make maintenance, then I go for good test. But still people like my boss will really surprised when they go see me. I go drive big motor. But like I begin do my mechanic now every DT I do. Then I learn for drive. And when I learn for drive, now this Magirus, now I begin learn for drive. Then the person will learn me. I don't know if they are alive, but I really appreciate. So I really thank you.
Which category of vehicle and way you drive now? The kind vehicle and because some can say, well, na cheap, na whatsoever, na this all of this. So
no,
which
na
category of vehicle again?
Na heavy duty.
Well, from police business, we can't talk about teacher business. Salon Teacher Union, together with two and put together, don't train some teacher them for make them go for continue. For the do them teacher work the correct fasting for make without them teach and will pass the correct knowledge for CCA, this country in educational system continue for grow and grow to total development. I will be happy in that training day. Where Sally CCA being good day na this income.
Me na Salima to Sine Kuruma. I work na Sierra Leone Teachers Union. Me na the project coordinator and the gender desk officer of the union. Well, what's happening now? We do training on in-service training for teachers then. Now we do orientation of the teachers the way they can begin the in-service tomorrow. We'll do it for 5 days, now 75. Now we orientate today, then next week, the 20th, we orientate the other 75, making a total of 150.
Okay, so one way possible way go there also know within an in-service orientation. You go able to break it down for the layman within our village so that you go able to understand.
Yes, we train teacher them for let them say go teach pikin them exactly what are the objectives them where they for understand how for teach and what you for do and what you not for do, because they train class 1, class 2, class 3 teachers them for let them, because from the start if you see you're not able train that pikin they fine for let it get better understanding, especially in mathematics and English. You don't drop out because you're not going to continue for it.
Okay, this is not just a start for primary teachers. So, una not consider say we go find back for una extend the training to secondary school teachers, because so many things that we they complain about mostly can come up from the secondary school teachers.
Not school, and not true. Actually, I not deny. But for now, we start, and we'll be now they start with the primary schools. Funds. The Canadian Teachers Federation and they give funds. And the funds they were they give, they're not much SLT for now, then they put money past the way they want they did it. First time, and they sponsor the programs, so then a small thing they put. But now we own money where they put it past them. So it was difficult for them to extend that for now at the secondary school. But I plead to government, if they are going able, they say we can inside and help we will continue for, especially for the JSS classes. So it's again to government, we are let them help we so that we will able to train more teachers for this in-service training.
Well, from Buklani, we're going inside land business now. Well, this now one Kumbra way in Peking that attend the Christ Care Center school way in Gloucester in the big government and so yet people they say the school they are straight, say they want pull another land. He say this school here don't they help them and they picking them another parts in the country. When we come into the Williams, we reach up there and bring this way I come for me.
My name is Mrs. Joyce Tommy. Me, I not to take to Akaya, I just take 1 year no more. We do great thing in my life, and I'm a grandpicking life because we to make the school all way don't go. I not see efforts, but under improvements there. So right now, say for the rights, can they for rights, but not able rights for himself. So I see great improvements.
For letting Kadis.
They are being no more that school they help the community. I know I mean when they take that land in at the hand, and then they take that place in at the hand. Do you and then they left the school? That school enough for develop the picking. At least make the community develop. Now that they no more me they big for they are picking this guy. They are picking in the next school already not to take work, but I see great improvements. Picking the land and it's right. No, you know, it help we no boku. The money not plenty on the paying. Great they help we. Well, me what I want to say to that. I'm wondering, when they left the picking them because education are way to success. Then they left the picking them, made them land. Do you not take that place in at their hand? Because that school they help the community. Parents say they glad for them picking them when they go at that school because the teachers there and the head teachers and they really help them get encouragement. If they see picking up go school 1 day 2 days, the most can check on that. So they really help me and I know my big pay for me they left the school.
If they take the school, how the community will look like?
The developments for me go follow.
Well, this time now they can go to Moriton village at the western part of Freetown. We said the Moriton Municipal Secondary School don't pull the number 20 anniversary now for see the school go swank, spin spank say we don't 20 years. Well, how this ceremony be look like when they pull the anniversary now? Till the Williams been go there now they report this.
I, as the chairperson of the Moritown Municipal School, representing fellow board members of the Moritown Municipal School, I hereby launch formally the 20th anniversary of the school.
Mr. Isa Bangura, principal of the Municipal Secondary School. They are today for launch with 20th anniversary. Hope I got in power September 26th. Now they celebrate it. This school as well. They see the view of the school. We don't say the school don't do well. We don't do extremely well. The school don't produce a lot of good picking. They're holding at this field of and the field of work still in this country. This school support the community in Boku ways, in diverse ways. When they look at the field, picking the all man, the community program, the honor and the do. Which is everything, voting of election, everything, election, business, everything at this school. How you got the cooperation with the community people them for? Community we okay with them, then we work with we have to work with them. And as I tell you, this school is the center for everything I'm in Toronto, because when it comes to matter of government business and everything I can tell you, previous years, Senge don't care, presidents don't care, everybody want a good people in this country don't care at this school. We can do business. At least for the country, them for me them continue for check this team who make today for this particular launching. We will think we want resilience and perseverance. Let them persevere with really teachers them. We all for persevere so that we will make the people become somebody tomorrow.
I'm the head of the board of governors of the Freetown Municipal School. Today I feel good. Me as the head and the board members, we happy for there today for support the school, for celebrate 20 years, because 20 years is not 20 days. So we tell God thank you for where the school don't last this long. And we don't see the development at the school. The school, as I don't explain for the program, it starts very small. Then today, look at the school. Look how big the school is. They even get new field where people can come and rent and use for different entertainment purposes. So we tell God thank you. Say this school don't do this term and they help the people for land. The school don't get people that way don't produce. As you can see, all 2 students, we talk with the statement. You don't explain how we start at this school. Today, the engineer and pastor, so they don't get a lot of people in this country when a Freetown Municipal School and pastor. So we tell God thank you for there.
The program which still watch na Slbc television screen channel 31 from Broadcasting House now we use. Well, they can take a break, after which we will continue the second half of the program we use. Well, now this we can say Cabo for the second term to the second half of the program we use. Now that term for me can ask me and go this rain season. Now Bembe on a hook you go send. What you go send?
Well, I go send the hook first.
I go send the hook.
I don't send the hook.
Well, that's when I see suit up so on screen at Jasper Sembi. When I don't see this face again, eh? Well, Jasper is Director and Chief Operating Officer. Now the Directorate of Science and Technology and Innovation, the office in the State House. Jasper, tell family how do.
Family, good evening. I'm glad for there today.
Alright, so they can send the hook again. No, send baby now. Send baby now.
Well, I found last year. I don't send the baby now.
Well, that's what I see on screen now about AMAC. Robert na the Deputy District Council and the Waterloo District Council or the Western Area District Council. You can tell family about what they are happy now. Waterloo and the surrounding. Papa Brown, how do?
Family, on a good evening. And I'm glad for the also this evening.
Yeah, I mean, well, not send the again, but this time send hook.
I don't send the hook.
You know, so when a hook and a small fish will come up. This is our brother Abraham Joseph Kuruma. He come out na the Holiness Revival Movement. You can't talk about Papa God in Grace. Brother Joseph, tell family how do.
Family na do. I'm glad for there.
Thank you very much. Continue for the with me na the program as I go now to the first person. When I Jasper Sembi, as I tell you na Jasper na the Director and Chief Operating Officer na the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation. The office safely in the State House. Well, we understand say the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation just put a everything and call the portal. We're responsible for the regulate the way the nurse they do their work in the country, and even the midwife they also defend themselves all about the country. Well, Jasper, how this ceremony be look like?
Well, family, I'm glad for there today. I don't require frequently over the past few months. As you know, DSTI, we get beaucoup of things they will do for help the government and people there. They support almost every public sector, public service delivery agency in the country. If I say they talk now, what they do, I will talk to you tomorrow. But what I can for today, I can't for 10 people there, but one powerful tool with DSTI developed for the Ministry of Health, particularly for all solo people in the country. What in DSTI do this past Monday, the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation will launch, well, the Minister of Health now launch the Sierra Leone Nursing and Midwifery Council Regulatory Portal, SLMC Regulatory Portal. This council is responsible for regulate all the nurse and midwife in this country. Now, the nurse and midwife in a salon, they make up over 80% of all the health workers in the country. Now, over 18,000 nurse and midwives in this salon. So what in DSTI do? We build this system, this technology. We capture all the pipeline, they call it a workforce pipeline, all end to end, from how they produce nurse them, to how then they index them, to how then they get licensed, to how then they do what they call continuous professional development, and how then they learn book for let them get the most recent knowledge in medicine and nursing, so then go perform their duties at the highest standard. Now, DSTI meets the Ministry of Health. We say let me capture all land fauna inside one system, where easy for use, where highly technical, but where people then will enjoy for use, and the nurse then will sign up to her, and the council, the Ministry of Health, then will able to capture the nurse they will the qualification, the standard of care where they provide, and the council and the Ministry of Health now that they will regulate the quality of care with nurse that they provide. Will they make sure say the nurse then go better nursing school? Will they make sure say they register, then get the indexing, where they want to renew their licenses? Will they make sure say they study the amount of hours where they for study and the relevant course they will for study before they're able for renew their license?
Now, Jasper, then also they'll get access to this portal system in case they go regulate and to waiting and to say supposed to be for attract to attention for the government to turn attention to them. They'll get access to the operation of it.
Well, the people level authorized for access this portal now the nursing school principal them, we get the registrar of the council, the finance person at the council, the data entry clerk at the council, and the Ministry of Health ICT team. This portal, all the nurses in the country, will make up 80%. Nobody know they will nurse in the treat. So if DSTI don't empower the council with the regulation nurse there, this is a big thing in the country. This is not a way they can help the people of Sierra Leone for enhance the quality of care we all they get our body business by health in this country. So this application and for the nurses then self for use, all the nurses in this country, over 18,000, and therefore sign up to this portal with DSTI don't bill. Now they gather the data, now they make sure so the council, the Ministry of Health, they're able to know all my and nurse, they're able to plan the health workforce, they're able to make sure so the nurse can qualify and then step up to date.
So Mr. Jeff, make we talk about the nurse there, them and body nurse there, because you know say right now we get poor nursing school in the country. How are they able to get there?
One other powerful feature of this tool where DSTI don't create, anybody in the world be able to go on this portal, be able to verify two things. Be able to verify the accredited nursing and midwifery schools there. Now the midwifery and nursing school there where they get accreditation, where the government recognize, say they meet the standard for when they provide tuition, then they teach and produce nurse them. The second thing where the system they able to do, anybody, you will get hospital, you will get clinical, you will have patient too, you will able to know a nurse in index number or in license number, you will able to go look them up. You don't know if the person a nurse, they qualify, you don't know if he actively gets a license. And by that day, you don't already know, say this nurse, you go good school and they study for improve in knowledge in nursing and the level of care where they provide. So this system is powerful.
This portal where they report the day-to-day work with the nurse and they do, because of late, you know, you say Tiffy picking them begin back now, cottage hospital. They everyday report, they everyday work. They go to reflect.
So what's in this portal they do with their style on bill for the Sierra Leone Nurses and Midwifery Council, now for help the council and the Ministry of Health for regulate the quality of care when nurses they give. Now in this portal they do. So from the production of nurses and the school there, to the absorption into the Ministry of Health, into the workforce, to the attrition when they left, when they go retire or when they go just travel or just left or resign, so the retention, that are the one where they stay in the workforce. So this portal they capture all landing from beginning to end your entire nursing career. This platform they make sure say the nursing council, the Ministry of Health, the government, and we the people them will be able to go there, will they make sure say we nurse them qualify and then sabi the work. And it don't make it easy for the council now for monitor and for enforce the standard of care we nurse them for provide for some people.
The work where them will do, it will influence within the Salon medical doctor and dental association will do. That's
a very good question. So what's in DSTI do? We say, okay, let me begin with the most populated health cadre when are nurse and midwives them. 80% of the entire health workforce are nurse and midwife them. So let me address them first, because that then will be the most impactful group of people there, of health workers there, for let me deal with. So once we deal with them, for council, the medical and dental council now, and a simple thing. But the application will don't be a modular. That means to say we'll be able to add function into that. So the next step what they do, we get 2 more steps what they do before this year done. 2 more things we will support the Ministry of Health with. Number 1, I will see them called HRH pipeline model. I know say it sounds complex, but we will talk about that later. Then secondly, we expand this portal for the doctor and dentist when I hire cadre. But now I'm so glad for contact people and say now, not to tomorrow or next month, not to next year. Now, we don't launch this portal this past Monday. Right now, the Ministry of Health, they roll them out across the country. We connect 18,000 nurses with an 80% of the health workforce and midwives them to this portal where they make the government, the Ministry of Health, where they can regulate, where they can monitor, and where they improve the standard of care where nurse them they give to me and you and this country.
Thank you very much. Continue for the program. And name is Jasper Sembi. Jasper is the Director and Chief Operating Officer, the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation. Continue for the program. One text message just coming in for you, Jasper. You consider that I can tell you now the second half. We say, Jasper, do you have an open portal system for regulate the work with teachers and do in this country? So you can answer that question. You can to we other guests now as in a big fish will come out now what I look and so. When I go about Brown, well, Papa Brown in the Deputy District Council Chairman of the Western Area Rural District. I can't tell we but Black Johnson, you know, say Black Johnson, they now in a pipeline, so like for big one masterpiece harbor. When the sun said that they broke some people the structure they don't build it. That's true?
Fambu, Mr. Moderator, Stafford, someone for say yes, not true.
They're not going right for bill.
People ain't get right for bill. But this time, the Ministry of Fisheries gets a project where ABC, a national project, for make the fish harbor come na Salon. And then they win a very good thing for the country as a whole. But the only problem here is that the issue of demolition, where an issue very sensitive to the nation as a whole, because the Western Area Rural Districts were a body were charged by the Local Government Act of 2022 as the highest political body, not get an idea about the demolition of them houses here in that particular part of the country when a Black Johnson. So we are very much concerned over the demolition, and I don't make a day today for tell the people of Sierra Leone that Western Area Rural District Council administration very much concerned about the demolition we go on at Black Johnson.
As the government puts collapse package for them.
As I tell you earlier when you asked me just now that Western Area Rural Districts no know anything, being the highest political body where they control that particular area, we don't know nothing about waiting they go on this demolition and also the construction or the setting up of the harbor at the Western Area Rural Districts. And remember, the act give the power say we are the highest political body where ABCS for know about everything when they take place in the Western Area Rural Districts. So for no, it's a point of concern because we get the mandates for make ABC we lead with people them well.
Well, when I form the local government, if central government take action, enough to say local government for engage with the central government when I talk to the people them.
This now we on port of call that if shots they go on, we are working towards the development of the nation, and we there in particular for meet with people because we are the first port of call. We if we say the government suppose for consult or for engage with for CC these developments come and the people they're able for buy into this particular project. But if we the local authorities no and how ABC for tell with people them, for engage with people them, for make them buy into the project, then I'm afraid now I make you the issues then they come all around. And now we the people are forced they run to because we are the first port of call. We get closer to the people. And government charge we with the responsibility through the Local Government Act for make ABC we self play part in section 21 of the Local Government Act. When you go into if you go to section 1, they tell you say the highest political body. When you go to subsection 2 of the Local Government Act, I know section 21 of the Local Government Act, then you go find out say A, B, C, D, and G. Tell you about we own responsibilities them for take care of the community also and bring development to the people. And it tell you say if any development they come, the chairman suppose for be part. And if that is so, then I'm afraid because we don't get no idea on short.
Thank you very much. Continue for the between the program in Robert Brown. Where Papa Brown in the Deputy District Council Chairman of the Western Area Rural District. You say one text message don't come for you. Where you go answer I can tell you for the second time. This person say, do you away you sooner ask Mr. Brown that they been give document for Bill Usan and saying they can broke now. He say they're not waiting they happy now. And Papa Brown go answer Ubambai. Well, no go to win number 3. Stranger will get at the studio when our brother Abraham Joseph Kamara I come out na the Holiness Revival Movement. What you wanna get?
Fambulen, by the grace of God, Holiness Revival Movement, na a non-denominational ministry for us by the grace of God.
What does that mean?
Na a non-denominational, which is not to a set of people where they deal with all sorts of people in our society. So we not just be a center movement. So they deal with different people in our society. So under this movement here, so we get the Youth and Campus Fellowship Day, where the fellowship as young people learn at schools, universities. So this time here, so we have to come up with Youth National Youth Conference, where they take place the 7, 8, and 9 August this year. So now that now the proposal I carry for.
What's the theme for this one? Youth
the theme for the youth conference now raising up call the youth for supernatural power for end time gospel exploit. So one for raise up call the youth then. Youth there they stand firm in righteousness and holiness, where God they fill with in power, and then go do exploit for God at this end time.
You said that 2-day conference?
3 days conference.
3 days conference.
Yes.
Keep them indoors for the 3 days or they will go and camp?
We they keep them indoors. Then they go camp. Everything are free. Camping, feeding, everything are free.
You say non-denominational. Well, yes. If somebody they were not a Christian, you welcome?
Everybody, Muslim, not a Muslim, traditional person, you welcome.
Somebody will not know Christ, you want for know Christ, you welcome? Or if you don't know Christ first, before you go join on for know Christ deeper.
Even if you not sabi Christ, just come. We dey go lay the foundation for you. Or if you don't get a foundation, we dey go help you for build them up. Maybe if you don't build the foundation up, we dey go help you for roof am. For perfect you.
Just leaders are invited.
Everybody invited. Even as you don't ask me, I can't letter, I can invite you.
So now just let someone want to invite people there.
We dey give letter, we get an invitation. Just go. Transportation they free. Feeding are free. Everything are free.
Okay.
Alright, in name now brother Abraham Joseph Kamara, I come on the Holiness Revival Movement, say they get 3-day conference for young people them. Who that safe now adults can go for go know more and more about Papa God. So when you go there, tell you come on there, you know nothing. Pass the truth, nothing but the truth for go get you salvation by. Now we'll continue the program now with your other story.
Well, this will go now to education business, outside the Science and Wonder Preparatory School. They don't organize a graduation ceremony in a Clapton. We have been a part of this graduation ceremony and face this why I come for me.
I'm Mrs. Augusta Sanko. I'm the proprietress of Science and Wonder School. School is divine inspiration. We start the school 2017. Na Babadori. We start the school as like you get a call from God. I don't reject them. I obey command. We start the school. There was no child. We started the school at daycare. As daycare. We dey cater for the one where they go work, where they don't get time for left them. So that's how the school starts. But because it was a call, not so for sure we don't get 1, 2 picking, no start, no picking, no begin. We just start. And we wait 3 months, 3 good months, we are waiting on God before we begin get the number 1 picking at the school. We don't say, we don't grow, and because it is God's doing, we will not rush. Not so the money will be one. Now, children with purpose. Now then, they try for bring up. So we dey go stage by stage. We start the care. From the care, we get nursery 1, nursery 2, nursery 3. Till we go class 1. We don't reach class 6. This year, by the grace of God, we don't take with MPSC. And we don't take in fact with Boku Pikin, we only take Pikin because how we start, that's how we go.
And Mrs. Gray. The Pikin name na Sean Gray. Wetin make her decide for take the Pikin from the daycare outside in the day, so for Kamutana Science and Wonders. One day I dey walk alongside my Babadori outside the day first. I dey walk alongside it. So I see the sign go, Science and Wonders. So my spirit mind just click, say, I for put me Pikin at this school. By then, they not me get better Pikin themselves. I say I for put me Pikin at this school. So now I go inquire and everything, I enroll me Pikin. And for when me Pikin starts na Science and Wonders, in life, not ever be the same. If they do extremely well, if they speak fluent English amongst in companies, if they can be around, they want to go international more than I. Like in actual school, outside this school, I say na Babadori. If they do well last school, so I thank God for that.
Reverend Dixon Obi, I'm a Nigerian that I've been here for the past 25 years. 2 years ago,
well, from that school that we can have studio work and continue with the studio guests. They will go to Jasper Sembi. As I tell you now, Jasper na the director and chief operating officer na the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation. Now, as we there know Jasper, somebody send message say, who's them on a great portal system for regulate the teacher in the country? Plan day for that?
Sure, plan day for that. But as I say, what are there for today and for let people understand, say, DSTI will support the government for the lever for the people then. Will they support the government with systems the way they make public service delivery efficient and effective. Today are there for talk, but we support to the Ministry of Health. As a member, we don't support the Ministry of Health with press track. Press track na application where they capture the belong man them throughout the pregnancy period. They alert the belong man them and the clinic them. They make sure the belong man not they miss the appointments, and they also capture early warning signs.
That's why we're not saying you're ready for take the one program for talk more and more. Tell me about sustainability of this portal system for make it go last go by.
Sure, DSTI will build sustainable solutions so they make sure say we use world-class cloud storage, cloud computing, and we staff them. They're very technical, they're very highly qualified. But more importantly, we make sure say whatever we build, a consultative. We make sure say we build them, let the end user, let the people that we get for user, let the able user. They use easy language. They use what they call user-friendly interface.
Thank you very much. Your name is Jasper Sembi. Jasper, man, take all the time. You can come back. All that time for making people know the work way the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation they do. Jasper Sembi is the Director and Chief Operating Officer. Now the very office where the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation, they will go for the come and make we know about this office where they do this good work where the Secretariat in the office of the President and Senators. Now we come to Robert Brown. Papa Brown, the people that get up pound na Black Johnson when they nyama their property there now. What the people there for do? If we say no, we not say Estin Green Quatalucha. What the people there for do now? Oh no.
For we expect the Ministry of Fisheries and the Ministry of Lands for like we can sit down at round table and see how we can discuss for the benefits of Baba Salom. because if we don't charge with the responsibilities, definitely the people in 4 spots of call, now the Western Area Rural District Council, because we are the one that we govern them at that particular lower level, at that local level. So because of that, we they get pressure all around from people from Black Johnson and other areas where demolition they go on right now. And because we authority they wide the Western Area Rural Districts, any area where they demolish, definitely the people in 4 spots of call now the Western Area Rural
because
Districts.
now they govern them.
Because now we govern
them. Not for open every now and again for getting people.
We don't want them open.
But the Abu Pauna.
And now
thank you, Robert Brown. Well, Papa Robert is the deputy district council chairman of the Western Area Rural District. You come for can we update what is happening because that exercise again for continue. Come to now, brother Alassane Joseph Kamara. When people go this conference, what think will be the result? How their life return? The same?
Well, by the special grace of God, when they attend this conference, their life not will be the same. Bible make follow understand, say righteousness exalts a nation. Even we not the only center on Papa God in world spirituality, but we always they build a nation with the help people and God. For let you strengthen a nation, for let we get good leadership, then people can forget the fear of God, and the need for maintain the integrity with the impact in the moral values, so will help them for build up a strong society by the special grace of God.
Because the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. I'm afraid that with that we will drop the cutting down finally. Now this edition of the program where you speak to so we look now broadcasting house we do the broadcast. So please thank you to all man who take part in the production of this program we use. And we producer now Jorian Dumbuya. We will bring the program coming in for presentation. Yankona. Raymond Fox nomenclature. We sense what say Esti drink Watalucha. Tata.
Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation television on channel 31. This is news hour, reaching you live on TV with me, Dennis Fraser. Coming up on news hour this hour. Parliament approves 10 presidential nominees, including incoming Auditor General. 150 officers from Sierra Leone Police are set for deployment to Somalia as part of Sierra Leone's contribution to regional peace and security. And Faculty of Law for Abbey College hosts solemn procession in honor of Dr. Kamara. These stories plus more, including sports and entertainment, are all a part of news hour tonight. Please stay with us as always if you can. Those are headlines and for the full newscast. To begin tonight in Parliament, which has approved 10 presidential nominees who are set and already serving in various government offices. The nominees include 2 deputy ministers, including incoming Auditor General Abdul Aziz, the Executive Director of the National Early Warning and Response Center, and the Eastern Region Commissioner of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. The approval of the ECSS Commissioner for the Eastern Region was delayed due to opposition from the APC members of Parliament. Here is the report. The chamber was jam-packed with strangers who were thrilled by the debates by lawmakers, leading to the approval of the nominees, showering praises on them. But this did not prevent leader of the opposition, Honorable Abdukabo, from presenting their position paper rejecting the nomination of the Electoral Commissioner for Eastern Region, Alex Pats Labib Safa. Their stance stated during the vetting process at Committee Room 1, where the opposition staged a walkout on the basis of consultation with the party. Back in the well, the party wholly stated that the appointment was a violation of the Constitution.
1. Violation of subsection 3 of section 32 of the 1991 Constitution. Subsection 3 of section 32 of the Constitution states that to date, from the correspondence I have from the Secretary General of the All People's Congress Party, to date, there have been no consultation.
Soon, it transcended into bitter exchange between the acting leader of government business, Honorable Bashiru Siliki, and the leader of opposition, Honorable Abdukabo. At the end, members voted to approve 9 presidential nominees, with the exception of Commissioner Eastern Region of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone on the first motion, read by Mr. Speaker.
On appointments and the public service, with the exception of Mr. Alex Pat Labib Safa, proposed Commissioner Eastern Region of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone, be adopted by the House, and that the recommendations contained herein be approved. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
But was later approved based on majority of votes when the second motion was put forward to the House. The new Auditor General Abdul Aziz is a management and audit consultant with a plethora of credible experience of conducting financial, compliance and performance audits, with years of experience at the Audit Service Sierra Leone. The Executive Director, National Early Warning and Response Center, Frances Ainanyuma, is a dedicated, resourceful and result-oriented professional with a critical mind to initiate development-oriented programs through collaborative action. With a vast experience in national security issues, she vows to execute a mandate to the latter.
No one institution can do it alone. We need to interface effectively and collaborate We corroborate issues before we bring them, and when we bring them, we want people to accept them in good faith. It's not because of witch hunts, but we just want to make things better.
Alex Labib Safa, a seasoned administrative professional with over 20 years of service at various commercial enterprises, has vast knowledge in electoral processes, elections management, and administration. Other nominees included the newly Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs David Fortune, Paul Ingatoka, Deputy Minister of Communication, Technology and Innovation, and new Deputy Bank Governor 2, Bank of Sierra Leone, Alfred Wone Basik Sama, among others. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting. Now, the Inspector General of Police, William Faselu, has admonished police personnel who are set to be deployed in Somalia to be hardworking and professional, reminding them that they will not only be representing the police force back home, but they will also be representing their country as a whole. IGP Selu was addressing over 150 police personnel set to partake in peacekeeping mission in Somalia. Moses Conte has the report.
As part of the country's contribution in regional peace and security, Sierra Leone Police will dispatch another contingent, the 6th Form Police Unit, FPU-6, an already trained batch fit for peacekeeping deployment mission in Somalia. According to the Assistant Commissioner of Police and Head of Operation FPU-6, John Tumbe, after several months of intensive training, FPU-6 personnel demonstrated exceptional readiness and capability, culminating in a selection process that honored only the best candidates for this vital mission. ACP Tumbe said out of 800 applicants, only over 150 officers qualified, including 55 women, accounting for 30% ready for deployment at a mission theater in Somalia.
Sierra Leone was the very first country that benefited from UN when 17,000 strong UN troops were deployed in Sierra Leone at the end of our war, 11 years war. So it's like Sierra Leone paying back to the international community. We are helped to get peace in our country. So we are also paying back to humanity.
Addressing the officers, the Inspector General of Police, William Faselu, admonished them to put up their best behavior throughout their mission in Somalia, adding that over the years, records have shown that both Sierra Leone Army and Police have been ranked high in recent assessments of mission deployment in some African countries, which is said has played a pivotal role in reshaping the peacekeeping forces in Somalia. IG Selu advised the team to move away from tendency to misconduct.
Those uniforms you wear, they are not mere fabrics. They are a representation of Sierra Leone. They are a representation of the Sierra Leone police. They represent the Sierra Leone government. That is why the conduct of each and every one of you, either individually or as a team, reflects on the country. When they want to describe you in the mission, they describe you from the country you are coming from, Sierra Leone. They will not say John or Francis, no, it's Sierra Leone. So we want to appeal, I want to appeal to you to continue to uphold the image of this country. And once you get into the mission theater, continue to show that you are trained and you are very disciplined.
Personnel expressed their willingness and loyalty to represent Sierra Leone, adding that they will put up their best performance throughout the mission.
We are expecting professionalism on the mission theater. We are going to display the highest form of discipline and professionalism. We are going to represent our country, we are going to represent the institution, and we are going to represent ourselves as well.
Abibatu Kuruma is the only female driver contingent. She explained what this mission meant for her while calling on other women to take the same opportunity.
The time when they see me, so it's so much surprise. Say,
at first, people were surprised to have noticed that I can drive, especially for the Sierra Leone police. This move has inspired many women to join, which is my desire and plea to the government.
See, and then I appeal to the government that themselves allow female for drive.
The formed police unit, FPU, is being deployed in Somalia as part of African Union's peacekeeping efforts. The deployment is part of a comprehensive initiative by African Union Transition Mission in Somalia to support peacekeeping operations. The FPU-6 is ready for deployment following rigorous training and assessments, ensuring that the unit is well prepared for its critical mission in Somalia. Moses Conte, SLBC.
And now, the Faculty of Law for Abbey College has held a solemn procession in honor of Justice Dr. Abubakar Bine Kamara, who died on Tuesday, 15 July in Freetown after a protracted illness. The late Justice of the Court of Appeal was the first Dean of the new Faculty of Law and Legal Studies for Abbey College, University of Sierra Leone. Until his death, Jonathan Turner was part.
The march of students and staff started from the law department through the college campus to the Tunde Cole building at Fuabe College, where they offered prayers and shared reflections on the legacy of their tutor, mentor, and colleague.
He dedicated his life to a long end, education for all. He displayed only fire, not necessary by wishes, no one be desired. Books overload his true empire. No time the fate of one defend. His focus remained the pursuit of the same. A man of wisdom, humble and wise, his legacy lives on.
Go for hours without food or water just to teach. They will come from one class without pause, even for water, and you go to the other class. Across Freetown, they have gone from teaching in other institutions, and you will dance here, and they will tell the other class, wait for me, I'll be there in 30 minutes. So he gave up himself for us to grow.
Justice Dr. Abubakar Bine Kamara, who passed away at age 48, was not only a respected appeal court judge, but also a transformative figure in legal education. He served as head of department from 2017 and became the faculty's first dean in 2023, spearheading reforms that integrated human rights, constitutionalism, and democratic governance into the curriculum.
Celebrates in USA and they have come. I wonder whether we'll have somebody like him. He will fight for the poor to access the education. That's the man. He lost India.
Students and staff described him as a teacher, mentor, and trailblazer whose impact will resonate for generations.
It's really very responsive, as far as I know, that's necessary laws, in academia. He has also inspired a good number of us. So that's he has open adaptations that students will always see, especially when the pass away.
Good practices they made. I never got the chance to study for the Jurisprudence Award, not to compete for the Best Guidance Student Award you mentioned in class, but we hold fast to the perfection you modeled, the path you paved, and the integrity you showed.
Of ourselves, able to learn and try to transform the judiciary. One thing we had, the passion we had, was for students, or for any student to be able to speak without fear or doubt or prejudice. And justice tried at every possible time to ensure that us, both in the law front and also in the students, we got the feel of the structure.
The procession forms part of a series of memorial activities that are lined up by the Faculty of Law in honor of the late jurist, whose death marks a great loss to Sierra Leone's legal and academic communities. For For SLBC News, Jonathan Tona reporting.
Meanwhile, President Julius Madabio has paid his last respects to the late educator, human rights activist, and politician, Dr. Kadis. He attended a civic laying out ceremony at the Freetown City Council in her honor. Dr. Sise passed on in the United States on June 15th. She will be buried on Saturday, 19th July, as that correspondent Amosi has details.
Dr. Kadis was 76. She hailed from Lokomasama Chiefdom, Potloko District. She was a champion of education and a tireless advocate for women's empowerment. President Bio, in his tribute, recalled working with her at the National Commission for Democracy and Human Rights.
The story of Dr. Kadis is not simply a chapter in our national history. It is one of the foundational texts of our post-war democracy. And like all great texts, it was written with purpose, conviction, and a voice unmistakably her own. Dr. Kadis was a woman of immense intellect, unshakable principle, and exceptional poise.
Dr. Kadis turned many challenges into opportunities for women. She broke barriers and made the opportunities possible. May God grant her soul eternal rest.
She taught us that we can build a family and also build a nation at the same time. She showed us that service and motherhood are not mutually exclusive. Dr. Kadis taught us that dignity is not just a decorative quality, it is revolutionary. She spoke softly, but led powerfully. I am a testimony to that. Never aggressive, but always resolute.
Her daughter Aisha Sise also spoke at the ceremony.
She was a woman of many firsts. And she was. She was a trailblazer. But to us, she was just our mom. She was just mommy. She was the mother who gifted me the joy of learning and gave me a set of encyclopedias as my very first books. But if there's one word to describe the type of mother she was to us, is she was devoted. She was deeply devoted to us.
The mayor of Freetown City Council, Eva Akisoya, paid her respects too. She described Dr. Sise as a leading intellectual and a key figure in the SLPP government. Madam Kona Cecilia Kruma, a family member, remembered her as a kind woman and a respected diplomat. Dr. Kadis had 2 children. She was also a former running mate to President Julius Madabio, who is the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. For SLBC News, I'm also reporting from State House.
Earlier on, the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs held a vigil and tribute symposium at the Freetown City Council Auditorium in honor of Dr. Sise's life and contributions to society. Sulaiman Babaturi was in attendance.
The team and I welcome you to this particular symposium
on behalf of the government of Sierra Leone.
It was a symposium of reflection, motivation, and experience sharing as women who have directly or indirectly benefited from the fruit brought by the female leadership seed sowed by Dr. Kadis gathered to share the unending contributions of the late feminist.
As a deputy national women's leader, I learned a lot about things of leadership, behaving maturely with people, and getting what you want to get from the men. I learned a lot from her.
She taught me in the honors English school, and we used to admire how devoted, hardworking, articulate, and smart she was.
She was my counterpart. So for 10 years, development minister and then trade minister, we worked very well together. I remember those early days. We were plotting how to convince the donors that Sierra Leone wanted development assistance, not humanitarian assistance.
Though she never had the opportunity to meet with Dr. Kadis, the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, Honorable Aissata Mahoy, said the woman was one of the women who inspired her to work hard in life. The Vigil and Tribute Symposium was graced with Quranic recitation, tributes, reading from her public speeches, poetic interlude, and the lighting of candles to represent each of the democratic values she championed. There was also a panel discussion where 7 industrious ladies and a gentleman lamented on the theme Women, Leadership and Nation Building, which were the legacy tracks of the late Dr. Kadis. The panelists spoke about her strides in politics, being chairman of the National Commission for Democracy, head of English Department, FBC, Minister of Trade and Industry, Minister of Development and Economic Planning, and the first female running mate to now President Mada Bio in 2012. Aisha Cissé, daughter of the late woman, expressed gratitude knowing how her mother was loved, how she impacted women and girls, and how people appreciated her mother's contributions to justice, gender equality, politics, leadership, and academia. She said her mother believed in Sierra Leone, the potentials of women and girls, and the betterment of all.
She wasn't afraid of hard work, and she would ask all of us to do the work, to lift each other up, to particularly lift up the girl child, and to make this
Dr. Kadis, who died on the 15th of June this year, would be laid to rest on Saturday, 19th July 2025 at the Wilberforce Cemetery, Freetown. SLBC News, Sulaiman Babatu reporting.
May the soul of our fallen heroes continue to rest in perfect peace. This is news reaching you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. On Channel 31, the news continues with more humanitarian stories. For a better understanding of the strategic direction and progress in Sierra Leone so far, the United Nations Population Fund has shared their 8th country program documents for 2025 to 2030 and the 2024 annual report to media practitioners for dissemination, effectively marking the conclusion of UNFPA's 7th country program cycle. Kamara was at Signal Hill, where the organization brought together senior government officials and media practitioners at a press conference.
The press conference serves as a platform for the media to engage with the United Nations Population Fund's strategic direction in the country, highlighting the organization's commitment to achieving universal access to sexual and reproductive health and rights, eliminating preventable maternal deaths, and ending gender-based violence and harmful practices. UNFPA's 8th country program document was said to be a product of extensive collaboration with governments, civil society, and development partners. It builds on the lessons learned from the previous program and aligns with national development priorities outlined in the medium-term National Development Plan.
A fundamental objective of our national development agenda. The path ahead requires sustained effort, unwavering commitment, and deepened collaboration. The launch of this new country program is not an end in itself, but a renewed call to action for all of us.
The new documents envisioned a Sierra Leone where every pregnancy is wanted, every childbirth is safe, and every young person can realize their full potential. Its strategic priorities include strengthening access to quality sexual and reproductive health services, promoting gender equality, and eliminating gender-based violence.
We are treating social norms as an accelerator because we know that if we start to change the social norms that are barriers to women and girls' access to sexual and reproductive health, then we can see more empowered women and girls. We can see their rights being attained closely.
The 2024 annual report also showcased the remarkable achievements of the 7th country program, including over 480 midwifery students trained, leading to the graduation of 283 qualified midwives, surgical repairs and reintegration support for over 200 women living with obstetric fistula, and 15% increase in demand satisfaction for modern contraception, preventing an estimated 230,000 unintended pregnancies. The accomplishments reflect UNFPA's dedication to improving maternal and reproductive health outcomes in Sierra Leone. The report emphasizes the importance of partnerships with government, civil society, and community-based organizations. Project coordinator of UNFPA, Ava White, said UNFPA's initiatives have also supported over 44 communities in adopting bylaws against child marriage, provided integrated services to 552 survivors of gender-based violence, and facilitated the reintegration of over 4,300 girls back into formal education. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christiana Kamara reporting.
Now, the Quantity Foundation has received the first batch of World Servant volunteers in Sierra Leone. The team is in country as part of World Servant humanitarian work in the country with the foundation. SLBC's Soy Kamara witnessed the arrival of the team at the Freetown International Airport, and in our reports.
It's another year and another batch of volunteers from World Servants is in Sierra Leone. The Dutch Christian charity organization, working together with the Cotton Tree Foundation, has supported the construction of dozens of schools across the country, particularly in deprived communities. This time around, the group is heading to Kamara district to construct a primary school in one of the most deprived communities in that district. The team lead, William, said their 3-week stay in the district would also enable them to interact with the local community and learn about their culture.
Well, we will do bricklaying, but we will also do lots of forms of interaction with people over there. And I think the interaction is maybe as important as the bricklaying, because that's a powerful tool to learn mutual ways. So the Dutch will learn from the Sierra Leones and the other way around.
World Servants has been working in Sierra Leone for the last 20 years, mainly in education. Its partnership with the Cotton Tree Foundation has produced nearly 30 schools across the country. The Chief Executive Officer of the Cotton Tree Foundation, John Kista Kamara, said the charity usually sends 95 volunteers in 3 separate batches every year to construct schools in the country. The CEO noted that their work aims to provide a conducive learning environment for their beneficial children and teachers, thereby complementing the efforts of governments.
Every year as an organization, we construct 3 schools in 3 different communities. And 2025 is not an exception, so we'll be building 3 schools also in different communities. We have 1 community in Potloko district. We have 2 communities in Kamara district.
This cohort is expected to be followed by 2nd and 3rd batches in the course of the year. Suri Kamara, SLBC News, Freetown.
Still in news from the SLBC, and still in the news, government under the Free Quality Education Program has constructed the St. Paul's Secondary School in Moteme community with support from World Bank, the first secondary school in that locality as adequate teaching and learning materials to enhance quality education. Esther Bassi reports.
So this structure for it to be used for the benefit of the children. So I want to hand over to you.
The newly built St. Paul Junior Secondary School in Motome community in the western area rural was a dream come true for residents. Motome only has hosted a primary school, leaving many children in the community and its surroundings with limited access to junior secondary education. Having the first secondary school now in the locality has bridged the gap to access secondary education. The building is fully equipped with modern classroom furniture and learning materials. It stands as a beacon of hope for families who are still recovering from the 2017 mudslide disaster that devastated the area. Ministers of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki, and a resident minister Western Area, Adekule King, recalled that the community was severely affected by the 2017 mudslide. They said the addition of a junior secondary school now provides a vital educational pathway for pupils within the area and surrounding communities.
Basic dignity that a child deserves in a learning space. Today, that changes. These classrooms will absorb the pressure. These wash facilities will protect their health. And this community will finally breathe easier. To our teachers.
So please ensure that you take good care of this building so that future generations can enjoy the benefits you're going to enjoy from it today.
Project Coordinator for Equality Education, Ambrose Sisse, said the school would not only enhance educational opportunities, but would also contribute to long-term community rebuilding and development.
292 classrooms that will be handed over, and they are not just empty structures, they are well furnished. You can see these are state-of-the-art furniture, good and can stand the test of time for kids to comfortably sit in classroom. You know, this community was badly hit by the mudslide, and they are struggling to have junior secondary school. Now we've given them junior secondary school, so kids around this community can comfortably come to school and go back early instead of going a long distance.
School authorities, local leaders and residents have expressed gratitude for the timely intervention, noting that such a move would benefit generations yet unborn.
I don't know how to express my joy. You know, I'm so excited to be part of this significant occasion. And as a principal, I'm so excited because we are nurturing the young minds.
Even as everyone is celebrating this good news, maintaining the infrastructure is crucial. For SLBC News, Esther Suzanette Bassi reporting.
And the Chinese ambassador to Sierra Leone has handed over some motorbikes to the Judiciary of Sierra Leone at the Lockout building in Freetown. The gift was aimed at facilitating access to justice. Mohamed Sibukuruma tells us more.
The donation of 6 motorbikes by the Chinese ambassador to Sierra Leone, Wang Qing, was a direct response to a prior engagement between the Chinese ambassador and the Chief Justice, Combat Commander, who enlisted challenges faced by the judiciary in its pursuit to ensure access to justice, including difficulties to access hard-to-reach areas. According to Ambassador Wang Qing, the donation of the motorbikes was meant to strengthen the bilateral ties between Sierra Leone and the People's Republic of China.
Today, I'm here to hand over 6 motorbikes to the judiciary from this country. And I hope this can help increase the capacity building of the judiciary in this country to help increase the access to some remote area.
While receiving the gift, Chief Justice Komba Kamanda appreciated the Chinese ambassador for the support, assuring that the motorbikes would be utilized judiciously.
This donation is very significant because when I took up office, one of my major reforms has to be access to justice. I met with the Chinese embassy, with the ambassador, and then made clear my reforms and told him that access to justice is one of the cornerstones of my reform.
Sierra Leone and the People's Republic of China continue to enjoy healthy relationship across different sectors, including in education and health. For SLBC, Mohamed Kouma reporting.
From boosting access to justice to youth empowerment, as 20 young entrepreneurs have exhibited their innovative skills and business ideas aimed at solving existing social challenges. The demonstration, which was done by 20 entrepreneurs, was as a result of a transformative 6-month pilot program undertaken by an innovative organization, Creative Hub Africa Sierra Leone, in a bid to empower particularly young people to thrive. Kamara reports.
The Digital Development Program, currently implemented by Creative Hub Africa, aims to support between 3,000 to 5,000 startup businesses across the country. The program is designed to capacitate startup businesses owned by young entrepreneurs, especially women. A 6-month transformative capacity building training held for 20 of the 50,000 selected businesses as the pilot phase has proven to be successful. Mariama Fatima Koma is one of the beneficiaries who use recycling waste materials, especially tires, to address issues of air pollution, climate change, and waste management. Noted that the Digital Development Program has expanded our knowledge on our trade.
It's been benefiting me everywhere because just imagine my community was toxic. Let me just say a year back, and now we have sorted that out with the use of tires. Mind you, those tires also cause mosquitoes. It is harmful for the system. If water goes in there, mosquitoes sit on it and it becomes bad in the body, and its impact it is very bad. So we thought it's important to collect and recycle them. We repurpose them, their functionality, that I could find the materials that can be used everywhere, in room, parlors, restaurants, bar, they can be said to be everywhere.
Another inspiring story came from Vandy Kone, CEO of Eco Design Innovation. He shared his company's mission to combat climate change and deforestation in Sierra Leone by transforming agricultural waste into sustainable products. He reiterated that the program has created a platform that enabled them to contribute to national development and engage on a global scale.
Eco Design Innovations is an entity that is here towards climate change, thereby fighting against deforestation in Sierra Leone. We actually utilize agricultural waste which are being dumped in community, resulting to pollution. We transform these agricultural waste such as palm kernel shell, sawdust, rice husks, cassava peels into sustainable, eco-friendly briquette that can be used in business places, homes, and any other places to produce heat and energy for consumption.
CEO and founder of Creative Hub Africa Sierra Leone, Aissatou Harrison, disclosed that the program is dedicated to empowering startups by enhancing their formalization processes, fostering digitalization, and improving business development, financial literacy, and marketing strategies.
It's a project called the Digital Inclusion Program, and our partners are the European Union, UNDP, ILO, and the government of Sierra Leone. And for the Digital Inclusion Program, that's one of our flagship programs. We're targeting 5,000 businesses, of which we're looking at 3,000 informal. And out of these 5,000 businesses, 70% of them will be female businesses. And today is the graduation, I would say, of the first 20 that we've piloted.
Program Officer for Private Sector Development and Trade at the European Union to Sierra Leone, Yanis Malsovas, said their ultimate goal is to empower Sierra Leonean entrepreneurs to become active participants in global digital and creative economy. both Assistant Director of Industrial Development at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Janet Sise, and Youth Technical Specialist at the United Nations, Richard Mozinguzi, stressed the importance of ongoing investment in digital skills, mentorship, and access for Sierra Leone's innovators, and encourage entrepreneurs to seize more opportunities available through the ministry, including the potential for free exportation of their products. The Digital Development Program, which is funded by the European Union, the International Labour Organization, and the United Nations Development Program, was organized to capacitate young entrepreneurs with innovative skills. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christiana Kamara reporting.
And our delegates of the 2025 National Elective Congress of the Sierra Leone People's Party in the Northwest Region has endorsed Jimmy Songa candidacy for national chairman of the party. These endorsements came during the launch of Jimmy Songa's campaign in the region. Emmanuel Samoa has the reports.
The welcoming of Jimmy Songa in the northwestern region that comprises of Kambia, Pukloko and Kaine district was warm as the people danced with unending smiles and laughter. Small in number, but they are the delegates that will be representing hundreds of SLPP party supporters in the northwest region at the party's 2025 National Elective Congress. What was initially planned to be campaign in each of the districts in the region transformed into an endorsement ceremony.
The regional chairman said the three districts of the Northwest region will publicly endorse Jimmy.
Even in the midst of the endorsement, Jimmy Songa stole the attention of the delegates where he presented his manifesto to the people. Songa told the people that his ambition, as inscribed in his manifesto, is transforming the SLPP into a strong institution that will cater for the needs and wants of the SLPP party supporters.
So, what we need now, now somebody where they put in office for make sure say the good things that we need to do for rich women party people.
Having listened to his message, the delegates and especially the SLPP Northwest Region Party Chairman, Ambassador Umaru Bondwe, expresses confidence in Batilo, looking at the critical roles he played in getting the party to where it is today.
This is the man who built the SLPP in London and Northern Ireland. Me, I will tell him, I say, we don't have to ask for any promise because this man will think for we.
Even though campaigning for the second highest seat of the party, Songa told the people that he is not only coming to advocate for the welfare of the party members, rather he is also coming as a unifying force to unite all factions under the green flag of the SLPP, thereby building on the gains of the leader who is President Bio, and with a mission to sustain his legacy by ensuring that their party maintains power even after the 2028 elections. Emmanuel Samoa, SLBC.
Politics now to effort on boosting agricultural productivity. Our World Bank report on Sierra Leone's agricultural sector risk assessment has revealed an approximately $128 million or 3.5% of the country's GDP is estimated to be the value of average annual agricultural losses resulting from unmanaged production risk in Sierra Leone. The findings came out at the launch of the report of World Bank in Freetown. Ibrahim Samoa tells us more.
This is hereby launched the Sierra Leone Agricultural Sector Risk Assessment Report.
According to the report findings, the estimate of production losses suggests that the agricultural sector is vulnerable to losses exceeding 15% of agricultural gross production value in 1 out of every 3 years on average, due to unmanaged risks pointing out rice followed by cassava were the two crops mostly vulnerable to production risks in relation to total losses. Adetunde Oredip is the senior agriculture economist, World Bank.
The frequency of certain things happening and the kind of loss that this can generate, and in terms of both tonnage and the value of such losses. So rice come number one at risk. And if our number one food item in the country is at risk, then we can say the system needs some help.
This report was compiled by the World Bank with extensive analysis of crop and livelihood production, rice and meteorological data records between 2003 to 2022. The findings were intended to support government in the development of a risk management action plan and for disaster risk financing investments. The report assessed the production, market, and the enabled environmental risks in the country's agriculture sector. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Henry Musa Parker, accepted the findings captured in the report, noting with his engagement with farmers across the country, cited those risks as a major challenge to them and the sector.
We are beginning to take concrete steps, some of them head-on, to the challenges that have been identified. So in our strategy, we've been very much keen not to do everything. So we prioritize a few things. We have also, for some of these value chains, identified hubs where we want government to put and concentrate investments in infrastructure. By the way, this will be both a production or market risk that I often see, and I see this all the time. I have seen farmers in these 2 years, or even the 5 years I've been in the space, they will start really enthusiastically, start with, like, say, 5 hectares of production. Do well, hit the average, and then above average, and then time comes for them to push it to market. They don't have the road, they don't have the storage. Well, first of all, it comes to harvest, they have a problem with that.
The World Bank country manager, Abud Mwangej, underscored the need to continue the conversations to addressing and manage risks identified by the report affecting the agricultural sector and leveraging on research and data. Series of recommendations were preferred, not limited to expanding and enhance early warning systems and climate information system, promote sustainable water management adapted to farming systems, encouraging private sector involvement and strengthen the development and distribution systems for improved seed varieties, among others. Ibrahim Samara, Freetown.
We will now take a pause on our main news items and go in for segments within the news, beginning with our business updates.
It's a very pleasant welcome to the business segment of Newsa for this hour. Remember, the business segment on Newsa brings you stories and events happening across the country related to business and its impact on the economy. In this edition, the Board of the National Petroleum announces the appointment of a new Chief Executive Officer. And Sierra Leone Water Company launched their Orange Money Pay Salwako water bill. All the stories are lined up on business segment of Newsa. To enable customers across the country pay for their services electronically, the Sierra Leone Water Company Salwako has officially launched their Orange Money Pay Salwako water bill. Suleiman Babaturi has more.
We now officially launched the digital payment platform
for Salwako.
The launching of the Salwako Orange Money platform brought together representatives from the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, Salwako, Orange Money, and other related agencies. According to the Director of Commercial Services, Salwako, Mohamed Aziz Mansari, they introduced the platform to help address complaints and constraints of customers, especially those in rural communities, in accessing bank to pay their water bills and to allow customers get instant access to receipts. Orange Money representative Joseph Safar Tengbe said the launch of the service was to ensure easy and fast payments, cashless transactions, and affordable access to clean and safe drinking water, among others.
With Orange Money, Salwako customers no longer need to travel longer distances or wait in long queue just to pay water bills.
Managing Director, Salwako, Engineer George Lamin Vandi, said they had established a software building system, a help desk to ask and answer questions, receive complaints, and completed integration with AfriCell. He said they were on the process of replacing green energy with solar power system and more.
I'm taking time to give these achievements or these things that are ongoing to let our customers know and to let the public know that we are exploiting infrastructure to achieve effectiveness and efficiency.
Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Dr. Saupatu Hannah McCarthy, rendered her expectations in seeing Salwako generate revenue, be transparent and accountable to customers by making life easier for the customers.
As a government, we want to see our parastatals succeeding. We want to see Salwako, as the MD said, being self-sufficient. Now we know that it's heavily subvented. We want to see a situation where Salwako will be self-sustaining, where we will be able to mobilize enough funds to carry on our operations. And how do we do it? Is by partnerships like this, innovative methods like this, where we make sure we use technology to increase our revenue collection.
Water-related agencies like Guma Valley, Sierra Leone Electricity and Water Regulatory Authority, and the National Water Resources Management Agency also rendered their goodwill messages to the successful implementation of the service. The team from Orange Money demonstrated how to access, use and make payment on the new platform. For SLBC Business News, Sulaiman Babatue reporting.
The Board of the National Petroleum, Sierra Leone Limited, has announced the appointment of Dr. Mohamed S. Kanu as the new Chief Executive Officer of the company following the resignation of Mr. Saidou Mansari. Dr. Kanu, until his appointment, was the CEO of MP Côte d'Ivoire, one of the affiliates of MP Group Limited. Dr. Kanu's appointment takes effect on the 1st of August, 2025. Well, that's all in the business segment of NISA for this hour. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye.
Many thanks to Salmatamba for putting the business reports together. Well, up next on news is our sports updates.
Welcome to Sport Update with Mohamed Simbiko Omar. In today's edition, we turn our attention to something that affects everyone's physical exercise. Experts say it is not just about staying fit, but about staying alive. Our reporter, Mohamed Lamin Touré, has more, and he tells us about how physical movement could be very important to make one's become very fit.
Whether it is a morning jog, a game of football, or even walk, physical exercise is proving to be one of the most powerful tools for a better health. According to the World Health Organization, physical inactivity is now one of the leading causes of death worldwide. And here in Sierra Leone, health professionals are urging citizens to make exercise part of their daily routine. Physical exercise, medical practitioners say, helps reduce the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even mental health issues. It improves sleep, boosts energy, and strengthens the immune system. In communities across the country, sports and fitness programs are helping young people stay active and build resilience. Experts say just 30 minutes of moderate activity a day can make a big difference. So whether you are young or old, fit, just starting out every step counts. SLBC Sports, Mohamed Lamito reporting.
Now to the international scene. A Spanish government official has called for an investigation into Barcelona star Lamine Yamal's 18th birthday party after a prominent disability activist group said organizers of the event hired people with dwarfism solely for entertainment and attraction. This, they said, was in contravention to Spanish law. That's all we can share for today's edition. I am Mohamed Simbikoma.
Gratitude to Mohamed Simbikoma for bringing us the updates that always keeps us in the know. From sport to being news articles, but before that, your top stories again. Parliament has approved 10 presidential nominees, including incoming Auditor General Abdul Aziz. The Inspector General of Police, William Faselu, has admonished 150 police personnel set to be deployed in Somalia to represent the country well. And finally, the Faculty of Law, Fuabe College, University of Sierra Leone, has held a solemn post session in honor of Justice Dr. Abubakar bin Kamara, who died on Tuesday, 15th July in Freetown after a protracted illness. And that's all we can share in this edition of news. Many thanks for being part of it, and of course for the pleasure of your company. Keep having a very fine time with your public service broadcaster, the SLBC, your trusted news source and your authentic voice of Sierra Leone. If you had it on SLBC, then you had it right. Until then, have a splendid night rest. Good night.